Hey, welcome back to the Thursday blog. Billy Epperhart here. We've been talking about in Thursday the 14 mistakes that new real estate investors make. So just stay tuned. I'm going to give you some great insight on how to help you build a real estate portfolio. Hey, welcome back to the 14 mistakes every new investor makes. And really, if you're an experienced real estate investor, recognizing these mistakes will help you as well. In fact, you can help me if you just go on the bottom and you have an idea or a question from this vlog. Make sure you comment. Just ask the question, or also comment if you have some other insight. That'd be great. We'd like to see that. And also, I'd just like to ask you on these vlogs if you'd help me help Wealth Builders and BillyEpperhart.com by sharing and liking the blog. It would help a lot, or the vlog, either one, and that helps us so much. But thank you today for watching, and we're going to talk about mistakes 4 and 5 here in this vlog. And so as we look here at mistake number 4 is overlooking having a good team and system on the ground. In fact, you can see these others that we've shared with you, and here is number 4, overlooking having a good team and system on the ground. Now, what we mean by that on the good team is, number 1, you've got to have a good real estate agent. Now, if you've ever heard me speak on the fact of how do you know how to identify good properties, what you want to do is find an agent, number 1, that has bought their own investment property. It's very important that you do your best to try to find that. If you can't find an agent that knows how to buy their own investment property, then find one that's willing to work with you by your formulas. So let me share with you the formulas real quick. Number 1 is you want to find homes that the gross rent on the home is 1 to 1.5% per month of what you paid for the home. So if it's a $100,000 home, then you want to see rents on that home of $1,000 to $1,500 a month. Now I get emails and comments all the time, people saying you can't do it in our area. I was just talking to someone, in fact, this past week at the time I'm recording this vlog, in a city I knew nothing about, and they were getting 2.5% for rent compared to what they were paying. Now you may be in an area where it's a lot tighter than that, but start at that 1%. Try to use that as kind of a gauge to work with. So you have to take a real estate agent and kind of train them on what your criteria are, because most agents are thinking about cash flow being 20% down on an investment property, and then if it cash flows, then it's a good deal. What I want you to think of is, can I cash flow at some level with the total investment? So if my investment is $100,000 and I only put 20 down and I finance 80, we certainly want that cash flowing, but I'd like to see your complete 100% on the 100,000. I'd like to see some level of cash flow even off of that. So make sure you have an agent that is properly trained, and an agent that knows what to look for. Then they can screen so many properties for you. In fact, I always like to have them look to say, okay, is this meeting my rent requirements? And if it is, then how much is the rehab that I'm going to have in that property? Get just a general idea. So it's important you have a good real estate agent on your team. Secondly, you want to have contractors to do the rehab work on the property. Now, this is absolutely critical. Number 1, you have to have a contractor that you can trust. And if you're brand new investors, you want to make sure that you do your best to vet the contractors. Talk to other people who have used them, talk to them as references, go see the work they have done, and it's so important. Now, as time passes, you want to have a great relationship with your contractor. In other words, you want to develop a great relationship with 1 or 2 contractors, and then they can come in and save you a ton of money if you have a good relationship. You pay them on time, you take care of them. Those contractors can help you. So you want to have a good contractor. Then thirdly, you want to have a good property manager. Now that's a critical thing, and to know is to have a property manager. And I always like to say it this way: I never have a property manager ever that doesn't own their own investment real estate, similar to the real estate that you have in your portfolio. Here's why. First of all, they'll have handymen and repairmen that just charge a fraction of what others charge, because that property manager who owns their own property knows the importance of being able to save money on repairs. They'll also have a good understanding of how to keep renters in the pipeline, so when you do have vacancies, they'll understand exactly how to deal with it. And then the fourth team member that you want to have is you want to have a good mortgage broker. And so a good mortgage broker means that they know how to be able to find the loans that you need as an investor. Now, right now, you can only really get 4 mortgage loans on property at the time I'm recording this vlog. So then you need, your next team member is a good banker. You want to find a banker that will do portfolio loans for you. Then you also need a really good insurance agent. You need an agent that knows how to literally insure you, for example, against lost rents. Not only for hazard insurance, or it may be even sometimes on flood insurance. They'll know how to save money if you're required to have flood insurance. So find a really good insurance agent, and it goes back to the same thing as it is with a property manager. Find an agent that already has been insuring other investment properties. And then, of course, a good accountant. And this is a must, that you need a good accountant that, for example, understands how to do 1031 exchanges, knows how to advise you with that. That also a good accountant that may know how to talk to you about how to get a full-time real estate professional designation. So a good accountant is critical. And then, of course, a good attorney. A good attorney that knows how to set you up in the entities that you need, meaning the type of companies, LLCs, an LLC tree. A good attorney that understands how to protect you against liability in other areas of real estate. So make sure you have a good team and a good system on the ground by having a good team. And then the fifth mistake that we want to talk about is not obtaining a professional opinion on everything you do. In fact, let me say it this way, sometimes a second opinion. And so, for example, I'll give you an example. One is on property values. I always use a couple of different folk. Now, if I'm in an area and I kind of understand property values myself, and I know what I'm looking for, but if I'm in a brand new area, I want to make sure that I'm doing that with property values. So it's important that you obtain a professional opinion. Another one is on repairs. Sometimes you need to get you need to have a contractor that will give you a second opinion. In fact, I want to tell you today, as I close this vlog, the 3 most important words in real estate are not location, location, location. No, they're not. The 3 most important words in real estate are verify, verify, verify. If you learn to verify the information that you're getting, it will keep you out of trouble. And so it's so important. In fact, just one last thing on verify. Make sure you have a great property inspector, and make sure that that property inspector is giving you great information. Sometimes on more difficult properties, I'll have 2 inspections done. I just simply want to verify, verify, verify. I'll give you some great illustrations about that later in another vlog. But here are the mistakes, number 4 and number 5, that'll help you as a new investor to make sure you avoid these mistakes. This is Billy Epplehart. I'll see you again in another vlog. Thanks for watching.